From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening and welcome. Happy New Year, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, and those of you out there in West Tennessee as far as Jackson, Tennessee. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. I am your host, yours truly, Dr. Shawn Pruitt, owner of Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy and the Kangen Water Store of Nashville. Well, everyone, I want to welcome you to the first show of 2015. Certainly enjoyed all your calls and comments from last year, and hopefully we can make this year even bigger. So with that said, this show is about you. It's about your calls, your questions, your health concerns, and certainly we welcome any health information that you would like to share with the viewing audience. I'd like to touch briefly about the history of the store because it's been experienced that every show someone new is watching, and I want to explain kind of how we got to this point. We opened Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy August 4, 2012. With a mission to help those 100,000 plus uninsured Middle Tennesseans. So we greatly discount our medications versus the prices of the other pharmacies where you sometimes have to pay full price or maybe a small discount, but it's still too much for people to afford. So many people were going without their medications, some getting sicker and having to go to the ER, some not even making it to the next day. So our mission is to help those people. So we opened as a cash-only pharmacy where we discounted our prices for the uninsured. We've been doing that for the better part of almost 2.5 years now. Because of the area where I am, it's a high Medicaid population, so we began taking insurance. And of course, our client base grew even more. But not only do we discount medication greatly, because no one can beat the Pruitt price, we also pride ourselves on the customer service, the way that we treat people. So not only do we give you the Pruitt price, but we give you the Pruitt experience, and it's something that you should experience. So people are treated with respect, with kindness, no matter what your situation. We listen to what you have to say before we make any judgments, and I would say actually we're not judgmental at all. We're a pretty objective pharmacy. So if you know any of our customers, they will tell you this. In addition to the pharmacy, we have also opened the Kangen Water Store of Nashville, which we dispense alkaline water. We say, well, what is alkaline water? Alkaline water is a water of pHs of 8, 8.5 and above. The highest amount we sell is pH of 9.5. What alkaline water is, it's a water that goes through about 4 different processes through a machine that we have. We filter out the chlorine, we filter out the fluoride, which are your major cancer causes, even though they're supposed to be bacteriostatic, but they're also responsible for that terrible taste and the terrible smell that you have. It's that bleach, taste and that bleach smell. So we filter all of that out. So our water has no taste, no smell. We also alkalinize it, which means that we raise the pH from an acidic level of probably 6 is what city water I would imagine is, up to levels of 9.5. In terms of alkalinity, and no bacteria, no fungus, no virus can exist in an alkaline environment. So as you begin to drink this water, you will begin to kill the bacteria that are present in your gut. What other conditions would that help? Any condition related to having too much acidity in the body. So most of our people drink this water to help relieve acid reflux, to relieve issues with gout and arthritis. Some of our diabetics are getting great lowering of their blood sugars by drinking it. And then there are people who are coming in and saying that they're getting benefits that I had no idea that this water would even do, such as fibromyalgia. It's good for fibromyalgia, according to some of my patients. One lady swears by it for her depression, another for her menopause, but certainly, by and large, the majority of the people who come into the store drink the alkaline water because of its benefits with acid reflux and with the arthritis piece. So I encourage every one of you, this is the season to detox. This is the beginning. So you've eaten all that bad Christmas food, come in, drink your alkaline water and purge your body of all those toxins. But I did also want to talk about some other things in terms of cleansing. This is CKLS. It's colon, kidney, liver, spleen. This is an herbal supplement. It's I guess a colon cleanser, for lack of a better term. It contains about 10 different herbs, from aloe vera to chamomile, cascara sagrada, And what this does is it scrapes the bowels, all of the mucus area, all the stuff that you don't normally pass. In fact, I like to joke with people and tell them if you swallowed a penny or an later when you were a kid and it never came out, with this, it's coming out. So this is a product that I've used myself for the better part of a couple of years. We sell it for about $25, but again, this bottle is going to last you a year. Most people, I suggest you take it in a down cascade of, on day 1, 4 capsules, day 2, 3 capsules, day 3, 2 capsules, and then on the last day you take 1 capsule. You'll notice that this will take about somewhere between 12 and 16 hours to work, at least it does in me. So if I take it in the morning, by the time I get off at night, I would be ready to clean house. But certainly, I want to encourage you to get CKLS. Remember, the disease begins in the colon. And so the concept behind this product is if you cleanse the colon, then the blood supply that is in the colon will thereby cleanse the kidneys, the livers, and the spleen, which are your body's filters. The other thing I wanted to talk about is beetroot juice. Beetroot juice is, yes, as you probably figured, is juice from the raw beet. And it has a couple of health benefits that I really like, and we sell a lot of this at the store. The primary thing is that it helps the pancreas regenerate itself. So those of you who are suffering from pancreatitis or even diabetes, which is a syndrome of basically pancreatic insufficiency, so you will notice that your pancreatic numbers will improve. For those of you who have that painful pancreatitis, you will notice that that pain will subside. So beetroot juice is another one. The other health benefit that's been noticed is that it lowers the blood pressure fairly quickly. I've had a couple of individuals who were having trouble passing their Department of Transportation driver certifications because their blood pressures were still high. So I had them get a bottle of this, drink about 2 capfuls 30 minutes or so before their test, and their blood pressures were normal. You say, well, what's the mechanism for that, Dr. Pruitt? The mechanism for that is this contains a high amount of organic nitrates. So those of you who are familiar with nitroglycerin or anything nitrous, they are vasodilators. And so in hypertension, you have a shrinking of the blood vessels when your heart is trying to pump against that. That's making your blood pressure high. But as you begin to open those vessels, it's easier for the heart to pump the blood through and thereby lowering the blood pressure. So beetroot juice for your pancreas and certainly for your blood pressure. But this show is about you, so we are going to get into your calls right now. On line 1, we've got Thelma. Thelma, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Thank you, Dr. Pruitt. How are you tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm all right. I have a question. At first, I was going to just ask you about the water, but I'm now interested in the beetroot juice that I see you're talking about now.
Yes, ma'am.
The many uses that it can have. First, what is the price of that? You may have said it, but if so, I missed it.
No, ma'am, I did not. It's $15.99, and the size of this bottle is about a pint. And so what I recommend most people do is drink a cap full on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. But yeah, it's pretty good in terms of, and it also helps detoxify the liver as well. But yeah, it's great for regenerating the pancreas and lowering the blood pressure.
Well, that sounds wonderful. And
yes,
it's just $15.99?
Yes, ma'am, $15.99.
And you do have this in stock now?
Yes, ma'am. I've had to learn to keep a steady supply of it because word is getting around about it. And a lot of people have issues with the side effects of their blood pressure medications. This one is side effect free. So the issues with libido and your potassium being low and that sluggish feeling you won't have with the beetroot juice.
All right, this is liquid, and it doesn't come in a pill form, is that right?
I think it does, but I'd rather you drink it naturally in a juice form. It's not the greatest tasting thing, but it's one of those things where you know it's got to be working because it tastes not so good. So it tastes healthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
And 1 capsule a day, is that right?
Yes, ma'am, on an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach. Well, I thank you so much, Dr. Pruitt. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right. All right, well, it looks like we are up on a break. Everyone stay right there. Call in with your questions and your concerns. We'll see you in a second.